to meet the Mets. All the fans are true to the orange and blue. So hurry up and come on down, 'cause we got ourselves a ball. The Mets of New York town. Give 'em a yell, give 'em a hand, and let 'em know you're rooting in the stand. Come on and meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are ready inside the ball. Knocking on shoulders over the ball. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the LUTS Mets of New York.
Hey there, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to another presentation of our 69 Mets replay, and it's game 81. And the Mets right now, let me tell you, they're in second place. They're 39 and 31. They've lost 2 in a row. The Pittsburgh Pirates have won 5 in a row, and the last 2 games versus the Mets. This is a Sunday game. It's going to pit Tom Seaver versus Bob Veal. Tom Seaver, in 17 games, 134 innings pitched, is 6-7 with a 2.14 ERA. So we're expecting big things from Tom Seaver here. He's our ace, our stopper. So we need to win a game. We are chasing the Montreal Expos, who, believe it or not, were in last place in 1969. But in our replay, they are in first place. But slowly but surely, they're losing more and more games than they're winning. We're going to get started. And let me read the lineup for the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates. Is Matty Alou leading off in center field, Richie Hebner at third base, batting second. Roberto Clemente in right field, batting third. Batting fourth is Manny Sanguillen. Jose Pagan, the left fielder. I believe it's Carl Taylor. Carl Taylor, the first baseman, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Bill Mazeroski. Batting eighth is Freddie Patek, the shortstop. And batting ninth is Bob Veal, the pitcher. Pitcher hitting card number 1. We're right about to get started. We're going to be pulling cards. He's a 3. Yep. And we're ready to roll and play ball. All right. That's a 9. Seaver, a patient 46. And that is a line drive base hit right field. And Gasper plays it on a hop. So we have a man on first now. Matty Alou singled to right, and he's taking his lead. Oh, wait a second. Man, I always do that. All right, hold on a second. All right, we'll play. All right, Alou's on at first base, and we are going to try to get a lead here. He needs a 4, and he gets a 4, so he's going to get going. And behind the plate is Grody, and I believe Grody is a 3 throwing arm. Oh, he's a 2, so that's going to give us a little bit of an advantage. We're looking at fair, and he is thrown down, and he is safe under the tag. So Matty Alou steals second base. So the Pirates have a runner in scoring position just like that. That was quick. Let's pull this to the side. I don't have a space. Actually, I have space on my left. Let's slide this down a little bit. Slide this down a little bit. Do you see the card? 1970 baseball cards for Seaver and Bob Veal, the pitchers. All right. I'll put this here a little bit right there. All right, and Matty Alou's on at second base. He singled in, stole second. Richie Hebner. That's a 4 at patient 92, and that's a fly ball to right field. One away. Now, Matty Alou has good speed. We could try to, let's see if that's, we could check and see if that's a deep fly. And let's pull a card here, see if it's a short fly, so he's not going to advance. All right, so now it's Roberto Clemente. And that's a 5, a tough out, 14, exactly what we needed. Strike 3, Roberto Clemente goes down swinging against Tom Terrific. And there's 2 outs, and it's Manny Sanguillen. But Sanguillen versus righties batted 315. Here's the pitch. It's an 8. That's a tough pitch, a 33. And that is line base hit, and that's pulled down the line into left field corner. And after it, scoring easily is Alou. And Sanguillen around second. He's going to try for third. Here's the throw, and not in time. 2-out triple for Manny Sanguillen. Actually, let's see. So, wow, that's a 33 on a tough 33, and that's a triple. Holy smokes. He hit 6 triples against right-handers. So Jose Pagan right now, 1-0 Pittsburgh. You're in the top of the first. That's a 10 at ballpark, 41. We're at Shea Stadium, so against a righty batter, it's going to be up to 32. So we're looking at in play, and in play 58. That is a fly ball to right. And that retires aside. Rod Gaspar leading off for the Mets. Here's the pitch from the lefty, Bob Veal. That's an 8, a tough 39. And that is a ground ball up the middle and through for a single. So Gaspar's on at first. He had 7 stolen bases. We're looking at a 4. We don't get it. Bobby Feil. That's how you pronounce his name. Pfeil. Bobby Feil. And this is his first appearance as a Met from what I've noticed. Let me double check that. No, actually, he's played 4 games with 4 at-bats. Okay. I don't know that was with this team. This is the first time I've seen him on the Mets. He may have come from another team. So he may have had 4 at-bats with somebody else, and now he joined the Mets. He's batting .500, actually. Has 2 hits and 4 plate appearances. Bobby Feil. Let's see how he is. He struck out 27 times. You know what? We're going to try hit and run. That's an 8. That's a tough 50. Tough 50 and versus a lefty. Oh boy. It's a ground ball. Hit hard at the third baseman. It's going to be only 1 play, and that's the first. So that's going to be a 5-3. Going over to second base is Gasper. 1 out. Tommy Agee, a 6. In play 51. And that's, again, hard hit at Hebner at third. Backhands it. Looks Gasper back to second. Fires the first. 2 down. And it's Cleon Jones. Patient 19, and that's ball 4. So Jones shows patience and manages a walk, and it's Ed Charles. Ed Charles is batting .233 in 103 at-bats, 47 games. That's a 6 in play. 66. That could have been a big hit there. And that's a ground ball chopped to second. Mazurowski whips it over to Taylor, and that retires aside. Mets leave 2, score none. And at the end of 1 complete, it's 1-0 Pittsburgh. Tom Seaver is going to be facing Carl Taylor. Carl Taylor versus righties, 346. That's an 8, a tough 85. And that's a ground ball to short. 1 down. Nice play by Weiss. Weiss is at shortstop today for the Mets. 6. Tough out, a tough 89. And that's a fly ball. Left field, shallow left field. In comes Jones, makes the catch. 2 down. And now it's Freddie Patek, shortstop. Defense error, third base. We roll a 23, and that is going to be a third base error. And let's see. Is it a throwing error? No. It's a fielding error. So he bobbles it. A throw to first, not in time. And they're going to give Ed Charles an error on that. A 2-out error on Ed Charles. Little dribbler that Charles charged and bobbled it. And he should have had him with a good. If he hadn't bobbled it, would have had him at first. So they're going to charge. The official score is going to charge Charles with an error, and Patek is on at first. Now, Patek is a threat to steal for sure. He had only 15 stolen bases. Later on in his career, has a lot more. We're going to try to see if we can go. We need a 4, and we get a 7, so he does not go. It's the pitcher, Veal. He's a 1, not a very good hitter. 8, tough 99, and that's popped up. No, actually, that's strike 3. Curveball gets Veal, and that retires the side. Don Clendenin. Don Clendenin's batting .234 with 4 home runs, 141 at bats. Pitch from Veal. That's a 2 ballpark. 35 against a righty. No, it goes only up to 32. So we're looking at a 64 in play. And ground ball, chopped to second. Mazurowski throws him out. Jerry Grody. Tough 38, and that's line base hit to left for Grody. So Grody's on with a single. Weiss now, 238. They got 2 home runs. Al Weiss with Grody on at first. There's only 1 out. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Pirates. That's a 5. Patient 32. Patient 32 is ball 4. So Weiss manages a walk. And it's Tommy Seaver. A 6 in play 31. And the 31 is popped up. Right side. Mazurowski calling for it. Makes the catch. 2 down with runners on first and second. And Rod Gasper. Gasper versus lefties bats .263. That's a 6 in play 88. And that's lined and caught by the shortstop, Patek. And that retires the side. We go to top of the third. It's Seaver versus Matty Alou. That's a 3. That's defense. A defense pitcher. And Seaver is a 4 fielder, which means he is a 1-34 error. We roll a 72, and that's a comebacker to Seaver. And he fires over to first and gets his man 1-3. So Alou, a tough out, is retired. 11, Wheelhouse against Hebner. 1-23 is gone. That's a deep drive to right field. So Hebner gets into one and pulls it, and Gasper into the corner by the track makes the catch. So Hebner gave it a ride, but just didn't have enough. 2 outs, and Roberto Clemente, the Roberto Clemente who batted .340 versus righties and .357 versus lefties. He had 14 home run versus righties, 4 stolen bases. He has an arm of 5, pretty good arm. It's a 9. That's a patient 71. And that's a chopper to second. File throws out Clemente, and that retires the side. Bobby File now leading it off. A tough 44. And just right outside hit range on that one. Hold on a second. I gotta take this call here. And what did I say that was? Just 44, right outside of hit range. And that, yeah, what's going on? Oh, good. All right. 40 what? Oh, well, that's not fun. All right. Well, wow. All right. Well, save the whole story for when you get home. All right. We'll save the whole story when we get home. All right. Bye. All right. Tommy Agee. Bob Veal, 8. That's a tough 16. And that's strike 3. And Veal blows one by Tommy Agee for out number 2. And it's Cleon Jones. Cleon Jones is batting .306. And a 10 is in play 60. And that's a chopper to second base. Fielded easily by Mazurowski, and that retires the side. Go to top of the fourth, 1-0 Pittsburgh. Tom Seaver, 12, a tough 92. That's a fly to left. And selling under it is Jones, 1 down. Jose Pagani, 271 hitter versus righties. 11, Wheelhouse, 74. And that's a deep drive center field. On the run is Agee in the gap and stretches and makes a nice running catch. Tommy Agee. showing off the leather, flashing the leather in center field. Tommy Agee. It's Seaver versus Carl Taylor. Carl Taylor, 346 hitter with 3 home runs versus righties. That's a 7 in play. In play 27, that's line base hit to left. And that's cut off quickly by Jones and gets it into Weiss. Keeps Taylor at first base with a 2-out single. So top of the 4th, Taylor's on at first. Bill Mazeroski's the batter. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh. It's got a little bit of background noise. I got to get I'm working on a, let's see here. Jesus. All right, Bill Mazeroski, 200 hitter versus righties. Here's the pitch. Wait a second. 2 outs. You know what? We have to quickly shuffle the cards. I forgot to shuffle at the beginning of the 4th inning. No big deal, but just want to do it just to make sure things remain as random as possible. I shuffled through one other time after this time at the beginning of the 7th inning. And Al Red Sox fan, welcome, sir. Good to see you. I was traveling a bit, and I was away, and I'm back. And I'm playing Payoff pitch baseball. Great little set of tabletop cards and rules. Very enjoyable, very relaxing. I'm particularly relaxed today, as you can tell. All right, Bill Mazeroski. That's an 11 wheelhouse. Oh, boy, 93. We got lucky on that one. And that's a deep drive left field. So Mazeroski pulls one, and Jones in the corner and makes the catch on the track. Gave it a ride. Ed Charles, 1-0 Pirates, bottom of the 4th. That's a 10. 10 is in play, 45. And it's pulled down the line. Hebner with backhand. And long throw to first, and in time to get Charles. Don Clendenin, good power from Don Clendenin. Tough 70. And that's strike 3. Rings up Clendenin, 2 down. And it's Jerry Grody that's moving. This game is really moving along. 5. That's a patient 64. And that's a bouncer to second. Mazeroski over to Taylor, and that retires the side. Freddie Patek leading it off against Tom Terrific. That's a 9, a patient 34. And that is a line drive base hit to left. So Patek will try to steal. Oh, and there he goes. And the throw down, not in time. So Patek singles and steals second. So again, the Pirates using the speed. Got a runner at second base in scoring position against Tom Terrific. And we're going to get a square here. Bob Veal, the batter, he squares the bunt. And we're looking at a D, and that is a ground ball to the third baseman. And Charles hustles in, has one play. That's the first. And Patek is going to get to third base. So that's a sacrifice hit. And there's 1 out with a runner at third base. Mets going to have to bring the infield in here. Matty Alou, he's trouble. 11, wheelhouse. And that's a 0-5. That ball is pulled down the line into the right field corner. Gasper after it. Scoring easily is Patek. And going into second base with a 1-out double. RBI double for Matty Alou. The lefty Matty Alou. At 351 versus righties. So now the Mets are running into a little bit of pressure here. They want to avoid allowing any more runs. They're struggling today. They only have 2 hits so far in 4 innings. So now Richie Hebner, the batter. Here's the pitch from Seaver. That's a 3. That's defense. Oh, boy. And a range left field. We're looking at Jones out there. Jones, what range does he have? He has a left field range of a C, which is a 1-42, and we roll a 56. So that's a nice catch by Jones. And he gets it in quickly. And that's 2 outs. And now we got Roberto Clemente, who batted 340 versus right-handers. So, I mean, Seaver has his hands full. The Pittsburgh Pirates had a heck of a season in 1969. They were right behind the Mets. And even if we walked, let's say if we walked, we'd face Manny Sanguian, who's a 315 hitter. And I don't know if we want to do that because we run 340 versus 315, 25 points. Seaver's going to pitch to Clemente. Here's the pitch. That's a 6, tough out. Great pitch by Seaver. And that is a ground ball. Hit hard, but right at File to Clendenin, and that retires the side. So big pitch by Seaver and retires Roberto Clemente, the Roberto Clemente. Hey there. MP Fox in the house. Yes, you are seeing the 1970 baseball cards, the Topps baseball set. Now, this is a treasure. Okay, let me put it to you that way. Gorgeous cards. So much character, so much, retro beauty. I mean, the yellow, the blue, and these are in amazing condition. I mean, I'm so proud of this set, and so yeah, I pull them out every time I play the Mets. I have all the Mets pitchers here. I actually have a separate set with Mets. These are all my Mets pitchers, and I always put out the pitchers. And so every so often I'll bring out and really kind of showcase 2 or 3 batters. So it's going to be Al Weiss leading off the top of the 5th. It's going to be Weiss, Seaver, and Weiss gets a nice round of applause. It's going to be Weiss, Seaver, and the leadoff batter. Who is that? That's going to be Rod Gasper here against Bob Veal, the lefty. All right, so bottom of the 5th, it's 2-0 Pittsburgh. So the Mets need to get something going. That's patient, and that's going to start it. That's ball 4. So Al Weiss and Seaver now. I'm going to let Seaver bat away. You know what? And Seaver squares. Seaver squares, and it's grounded to the first baseman, and Taylor's going to try to get Weiss at second, and he does. Fielder's choice. So Seaver bunted it a little bit hard right at the first baseman, and it's going to be a fielder's choice. So he fails to advance the runner, and that's going to be a 3-6. Seaver's on at first. Rod Gasper, bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch from Veal. That's a 9. Another tough 29, and a tough 29, and that's a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit to center field. And stopping at second is Tom Seaver. So we got first and second now, Bobby File. Bobby File with 27 strikeouts, and we're going to try a hit and run again with runners on first and second. That's a 4. Patient. A patient 80. Where's my charts? Don't look very much at these charts. Patient 80. And this is what we're going to get. We're going to get a ground ball to the third baseman. There's only one play, and that is to first. So we got runners on second and third. Tying runs are in scoring position for Tommy Agee. Now, Tommy Agee, that's 273 versus lefties. In our replays, batting 289. All right, here's the pitch from Bobby Veal. That's a 6. So that's going to be in play. Let's see what happens. And an in-play 51, and that's a ground ball pulled down the line, and nice stop by Hebner. Hebner with the long throw in time, and that retires the side. So Mets threatened there, but weren't able to capitalize. They leave 2. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Seaver versus Sanguian. It's going to be Sanguian, Pagan, Jose Pagan, and Carl Taylor. Salvador's in the house. Welcome, Salvador. And Payoff Pitch just released its 2019 season. It's got like 1,400 cards in the regular set. And then separate from that, you have combined cards that you have to buy separately for like $7. Everything's on sale for the month of February. Cleon Jones. Nope, it's Manny Sanguian. Top of the 6th. Wheelhouse. 45, and that's line base hit to left, cut up in the gap by Jones, gets it in quickly to Weiss, and they keep Sanguian to a single. Sanguine had 8 stolen bases. We need a 4, and we roll an 8, so we do not get it. Using the fast action cards, I call it the stealth gaming system. Very relaxing. All right, Pagan is we're gonna try a hit and run. There goes Sanguine, and that's a 4. Patient, a patient 0-4, and that's going to be a ball that's pulled down the line into the left field corner, rattling around out there, and coming around to score is Sanguine, and into second base with an RBI double is Jose Pagan. So that was lined down the left field line with Sanguine on the run. Oh, let's fix that. We gotta undo that. Let's do the double plus. Yeah, he scores. All right, so it's Carl Taylor now with nobody out and Pagan at second base. Pitch from Seaver, that's a 9 patient, a patient 54, and that's line base hit. And will this score him? Yes. And around to score is Pagan, RBI single. Wow. All right, so it's 4-0 now, Pittsburgh. So looks like Pittsburgh's on the way to sweeping the Mets in this series here. This is game 81 for the Mets. Mets are 39-31. In second place, Bill Mazeroski. That's an 8. Tough 0-4. Strike 3 in Mazeroski. Down swinging. High heat. Got Maz. And it's Freddie Patek. 3 defense again. Holy smokes. Error third base. We're looking at an 89. That's not going to be an error. It's a nice play by Charles. Charles across the diamond. And actually, you know what? We may be able to perhaps get a double play. Let's see. It's an out. No, that's popped up. Excuse me. Popped up. And that's 2 down in his pitcher spot. Veal now. 1 pitcher hitting card, so he's not very competent. That's a 60. And just when you say that, usually they get a hit, but not in this case. That's a hopper to a bouncer to file and throws out. Veal and that retires aside. Cleon Jones leading it off. And we are in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch from Bob Veal to Cleon Jones. That's a 7, a tough 12, and that's strike 3. Cleon Jones got fooled, chased that curveball in the dirt, and it's going to be a in play 76 fly ball center field over is Alou. Squeezes it. Don Clendenin, 11, patient, a patient 17's ball 4. So Clendenin walks. Runner on and 2 outs, and Jerry Grody. That's a 9, a tough 67, and that is a bouncer to second. Mazeroski throws him out, and that retires aside. Matty Alou leading it off. Top of the 7th, we're going to have to, this is the last time we're shuffling, using the fast action cards. Playing in Flushing, Queens, Shea Stadium. 4-0 Pirates here in the top of the 7th. Tom Seaver versus Bob Veal. And Bob Veal getting the best of Tom Terrific. And they have a heck of a team, these Pirates, in 1969. Holy smokes. All right, here goes. Matty Alou versus Tom Seaver. That's a 5, tough out, tough 40. And that's a ground ball to third. And Charles barehands it, throw to first in time. Great play by Charles. Richie Hebner, 5, tough out again, tough 40. And that's popped up, right side. Over his file, makes the catch, 2 down. Bobby Clemente, 2, in play, 59. And that's flied to right towards the line, hooking. Gasper there. 3 up, 3 down for Tom Seaver. Al Weiss here in the bottom of the 7th. That's a 4 patient. A patient 0-4 is ball 4. It's a walk to Weiss. We get a pinch hitter now. Pinch hitter for the Mets is going to be Ron Swoboda. So Seaver's out. Here's the pitch to Swoboda. That's a 10 in play. In play 18. That's line. Base hit. And let's see if we can make it to third. We cannot. So stopping at second is Weiss. First and second with Rod Gasper now. All right. So the Mets mounting some sort of some semblance of a rally here in the bottom of the 7th. It's 4-0 Pirates. This is the third game of a 3-game set. And the Pittsburgh Pirates are on their way to sweeping the Mets here mid-season, game 81. It's Bob Veal versus Rod Gasper. Here's the pitch. That's a 5. That's patient. A patient 54. And that's going to be line base hit. That is going to be a run for the Mets. And Swoboda is going to stop at second base. So we're going to actually, you know what? We're going to go back. We're going to go to detail. We're going to single. Goes home. He's safe. Stopping at second. There we go. All right. First and second, 4-1 now, Mets. And Bobby File is next. Here's the pitch. That's an 8 tough. A tough 0-4. That's strike 3. Fastball gets File. And that's out number 1. There we go. Tommy Agee with one swing of the bat could tie the ball game up here in the 7th. I mean, he's got good power. Leads the Mets in home runs with 11. He's batting .288. Tommy Agee versus Bob Veal in the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. That's a 3. That's defense. A defense error, second base. At second base, we have Mazurowski. Mazurowski, error-wise, is a 5. And a 5 is the best you can be, actually. So he had great defense, I guess, in 1969. So it's 1-25 would be an error, and we roll a 74. Let's see what that's going to end up being. It's an out. It's a line out. A line and caught by the second baseman, Mazurowski. And that's 2 outs. Cleon Jones, the batter. All right, the 7, tough. A tough 98. And that's fly ball, shallow left. Back goes Patek and Hebner. And in comes Pagan. Pagan calls him off, and that retires the side. Mets leave 2, score none. And at the end of 7, it's 4-1. Score 1, excuse me. I said score none. They scored 1 on that one. All right. So it's Manny Sanguillen. We're going to need a new pitcher. Let's see who we can bring in. Let's see who the Mets brought in this game. It's a Saturday ball game. It's a night game. No, it's not, actually. It's maybe a Friday ball game. Let me double check that. Yeah, it's no. It's a Sunday ball game. I'm sorry. This is the Sunday game. The Tom Seaver game. All right. There we go. This is played on June 29th, 1969. And the Mets, who did the Mets pitch in this game? We'll see. Complete game. Actually won this game. We're going to bring in, you know what? We can bring in Ron Taylor. We'll bring in Ron Taylor here. It's going to be Manny Sanguillen. Ron Taylor versus Manny Sanguillen. There's a 2. That's defense. And defense, error third base, a 17. Will be an error. Is it a 1 or 2 base error? It's a 1 base error. So it's a ground ball to Charles. And, he bobbles it and drops out of his hand. There's no throw on this. It's going to be an E5. Charles. So it looked like he took his eye off the ball. And he makes an error. So he's charged with an error, and the leadoff man, Sanguillen. Sanguillen's going to try to get the jump, and he does. And there goes Sanguillen. The throw down is not in time. Manny Sanguillen with a stolen base. So the Pirates are really running on the Mets. And it's Pagan at 7 in play, 28. And that's going to be a line drive base hit. Will this score Sanguian? And no, Sanguian's going to be held up at third. First and third now. Infield's in for the Mets. Carl Taylor. Pitch from Ron Taylor. That's an 11. And we're looking at a tough 72, and that's a ground ball second base. Ground ball second base. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Okay, infield in. Let's see. Let's see. These are not loaded. Let's see below. Okay, so we're going to pull a card, a 2, and that's going to be batter out, runners hold. All right, good. So the batter's out, and who did I say that was 2? That was a 72, which was a grounder. Grounder second base. So File throws out Taylor. For 3. I gotta do that. All right, let's try that again. Ground out. 4-3. Batter out, runner at second. And the other runner holds. Okay. All right, second and third with only 1 out. Bill Mazeroski. Infield is in for the Mets. You know what? They gonna walk Mazeroski, load the bases, probably make it a little bit easier. And here goes. Mazeroski walks. Freddie Patek. 7. That's in play. 10. Oh boy, that's a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. And this will score. Around comes to score easily is Sanguian, and around they're waving Pagan home to throw home, and it's cut off. So Mazeroski on this one advances. He's going to hold up at second base. So it's a 2-run single. 2-run. Actually, let's. Jeez. 2-run single. So there, he scores, and he scores. And batter to second. No, batter to first. He's the second. He scores. Yeah, he scores. All right, there you go. First and second, Veal. Here's a pitch. It's a 7 in play, 45. He's a 1 in play, 45. There's a ground ball to third base. Let's see if we can get a double play out of this. Oh, and it's not. It's going to be fielder's choice, 5-4. Fielder's choice. So pitcher grounds out to fielder's choice, 5-4. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. All right. First and third now, and Alou the batter. Ron Taylor's still in there. Here's the pitch. That's a 7 in play. In play 0-6. Holy smokes. All right, we can't get out of this inning. And that's going to be a ball that splits the outfielders in the gap. Matty Alou between Gasper and Agee. That's going to roll to the wall. Veal is going to score. And it's 8-1 now. And that's going to be it for Ron Taylor. We're bringing in Coons. Cal Coons comes in. That's it. Game is pretty much decided already, 8-1. And Richie Hebner, let's see if we can at least get out of this inning. That's a 10. The 10 is patient, a patient 62 against a righty. And that is a ground ball hit hard, but at Weiss. Weiss scoops it, fires, and throws out Hebner to retire the side. But the Pirates pick up 4 big runs in the top of the 8th. They lead it 8-1. Let's finish this up. All right, leading it off is Charles for the Mets. It's Bob Veal. That's a 5. A 5 is Patient. Patient 65. And that's a bounce to the second. Mazurowski. 1 away, 7. That's tough. A tough 16. Strike 3. And Clendenin downswing. 2 down. And Jerry Grody. Another tough, a tough 58. And that's a fly ball right field. Under it is Clemente. Makes the catch, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. Easy. Easy peasy. And it's going to be Clemente versus Coons. That's a 7 in play, 0-8. That's line base hit for Clemente. On with a single. Manny Sanguillen. 7 again in play. In play 14. That's line base hit. Stopping at second is Clemente. First and second. Jose Pagan, a 10. Patient, a Patient 60. And that is a fly ball to right. Out there as Gasper gets under it. 1 down. Taylor. Pitch from Coons' wheelhouse. 1-24, and that ball's gone. It's a 92. That's a deep drive left field. Back goes Jones to the track, and he makes the catch. So that's an F9. Oh, that's an F7. Excuse me. Let's fix that. Hate when that happens. All right. So that was what happened there. It was Pagan. First and third. And it was a all right, 2 out now. And Mazurowski, here's the pitch. That's an 11 defense. Holy smokes. Potential error shortstop, and a 43 with Weiss. Weiss at shortstop is a 2, and a 43 will be an error. Let's see if it's a 1 or 2 base error shortstop. It's a 1 base error, so that's going to score a run. On the shortstop. First and second now, Freddie Patek. 2 out, 9-1. 8 against Coons, in play 51. And that's a ground ball hit hard right at Charles. Charles to his left, fires, and that retires the side. All right, last licks for the Mets. It's Weiss leading it off. 11, Patient. A Patient 23 is ball 4. This is, I think, the 3rd walk for Weiss. Got a pinch hitter. It's going to be, I believe I can use Duffy Dyer here. Let's see. I'm sure Duffy Dyer is there. All right. He's going to pinch hit. Pitch to Dyer. That's a 9. A tough 93. And that's strike 3. So Bob Veal strikes out the pinch hitter Dyer with 1 out now. It's Rod Gasper, 10 in play, 0-3, and that ball is line base hit to center field for Gasper. Stopping at second is Weiss. Next is Bobby File with runners on first and second, only 1 out. 8 is a tough pitch, 89. And that is a ground ball shortstop. Let's see if they can pull a double play. Nope, they will not. It's going to be 4-6 fielder's choice. 2 down. And it's Tommy Agee. The pitch from Veal. 2 outs. 9-1 Pirates. A tough 33. And that's strike 3, and that retires. That ends the ball game. Excuse me. Bob Veal gets the win, 6-6. Tom Seaver, 6-8, gets the loss. Bob Veal is the MVP. The Pirates improved their record to 39-36. The Mets dropped to 39-32. Let me just look at the box score quickly in case there's 4 hits for Rod Gaspar. Gets his batting average to 331. The only other 2 hits, one was by Grody and one was a pinch hit by Swoboda. That was it. Mets really struggled against Veal. And let's look at the standings very quickly here. The standings. The Mets are in second place. They are 5.5 games behind the Montreal Expos. And we are going to finish out this day. And the Expos actually, they lost to the Phillies. They won the first game. They played 2 games at Jerry Park. They won the first game against the Phillies, and then they lost the second game. So we're going to play out. Let's see now. Let's see. Let's go to play the day. All right, and the Montreal Expos, they lose to the Chicago Cubs. So the Mets pick up half a game. Now the Mets are going to play the St. Louis Cardinals. It's going to be Nellie Briles versus Jim McAndrew. And that's all she wrote. So the Mets lose it by a score of 9-1. Seaver takes the loss. Bob Veal gets the win. And this is CP Cards and Dice. Vintage Card Curator, about 1970 Topps, worth checking out. I think I've seen that one, Stephen. I may have seen that one, but I will check it out again. He talks about the 1970 set. I love the 1970 set. It's a gorgeous set. It truly is. I have a very nice quality set. And it's going to be the next game I play. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I continue playing 1969 Mets. There is a pennant race going on. I have all the stats because I'm using Replay Baseball to sim the season, and I'm inputting the stats for the Mets myself. And that's it. And this is CP Cards and Dice. And streaming from your home for tutorial strategy, player profiles, history reviews, news, tips, tops, baseball cards, rants, and more. CP Cards and Dice saying thanks for stopping by, guys. It was great seeing all of you. And I will see you again soon.